We are Lagostalks 91.3.
Let's talk.
Lagostalks 91.3 FM, Adu and the Guru. You are welcome. Let's move straight away to the historical perspective. Historical perspective for today is revelation of the fact that Nigeria was not really put together. The country called Nigeria was not really put together by political exigencies. It was put together by traders. Nigeria is a country that emanated from the enclave of traders. And when these traders captured Nigeria, by then there was nothing like Nigeria anyway. There was no country like Nigeria then. It was somehow described as whatever it might be, known better by the name of those traders. The traders came together, they formed a company, which is called Royal Niger Company. I think the UAC, I don't know whether UAC is still operational in Nigeria. UAC happened to be
Granddaughter?
Maybe great grand, because Unilever
is the direct son.
that is what they have. Those producing, is it Omo or what in Apapa? It's a direct son of the company. The Royal Niger Company possessed this part, later to be called Nigeria. And in 1899, the charter of that company was revoked. And by then, the British government was coming in to take a position of political leadership. But because the British government knew this was not our property we put together, they went to the table to negotiate the price they will pay for what is today Nigeria. And they paid money to the Royal Niger Company. The amount of money that the British government paid to purchase Nigeria is purchased. It's property. If you think of the legality of purchasing power and all laws, that it was for that reason that we had our independence from that country. But that not just in this historical perspective. This historical perspective is going to metamorphose into not only drop boss, but let's start it today. Today, the British government paid the Royal Niger Company £865,000 to purchase what later became Nigeria in 1914. The name Nigeria we all know, Flora Shaw, the Times journalist that came to this part of the world to do her duties, where she was fortunate to meet with Lugard, Kole Lugard, Frederick Lugard, Kole, from Tanganyika, which is today Tanzania. Because in Tanganyika he lost his marriage. So he arrived in Nigeria a bitter person. But that's not what historical perspective of today is all about. Historical perspective of today shows that Nigeria is property of some traders, not Nigeria traders anyway, not black traders, but from Europe, who later formed a company called Royal Niger Company. Royal Niger Company itself mandated from Unilever. And these traders sold Nigeria to the British government. I've told you the cost, at £865,000. And that was, like as I said earlier, 1899. So what I will try to do here before I put a stop to today historical perspective, that 865,000 pounds converted had grown to 46,407,250 pounds in 2014, 7 years ago. And in that 2014, that 865,000 pounds had grown to 12,550,427 naira 783 no 12,550,427,783 naira 81 kobo as of 2014, 7 years ago. Let us give 10% fluctuation, exchange, money value, devaluing. Today, in 2021, the amount the British government paid to possess Nigeria from traders has grown up to become 24,557,233,234 naira 63 kobo in 2021. I had said it before, and we shall bring it to total analysis where we shall move into knowledge Dropbox. That amalgamation of North Protectorate and South Protectorate in 1940 had nothing to do with convenience of political administration at all. It has everything to do with economic calculations. So when Nigeria was bought from the Royal Niger Company by the British government, everything that has to do with Nigeria was totally on economic calculations. As the woman carried tomatoes to Igbo market, will calculate before any other thing. I said it before that the budget of 1911 showed that there was deficit from the Northern Protectorate of 300 and something pounds. By 1912, the deficit from the North Protectorate had gone higher to about 730, not exactly, but 700 above. I have the figure somewhere. Pounds. Then the third year running, 1913, the deficit from the North had grown up to 1,300 something pounds. This got the British authority thinking that how would they be able to sustain losses continuously from one protectorate, while the other protectorate. So each time the deficit occurred, they would take money from the certain protectorate to balance the account up, to make up, because maybe they were not in the business of going to print money and sell to government or lend to government, as Godwin Emefiele and Godwin Obaseki are now proving to Nigeria. So it was for this reason that the decision was taken that let us amalgamate them together, because the deficit budgetary will always be occurring in the Northern Protectorate, whereas the Southern Protectorate is making move. So this is the reason for the amalgamation. That's not the historical perspective today has come to tell you that Nigeria was purchased by British government from traders. Nigeria was a package put together by traders. So if things are going in the way of non-organized trading sector in Nigeria today, we should know where to go to. That is the purpose of today's historical perspective. What else?
Well put together. So maybe we should buy the buy the purchase. I think that's the correct word. Yeah. Or well, repurchase the purchase.
I wouldn't know, because there was a lady I saw. I take my thing from historical perspective always. about 15 years ago, one very beautiful lady got married to a very young man. The young man happened to, I think he was fully balanced with liquidity. And not up to 4 years, the same lady now went back to the bishop that constituted the marriage or that contracted the marriage and said, "Sir, bishop," say yes. He said, "About that my marriage, that is why I have come to see you." Oh. Then the bishop said, "Hope you enjoy your marriage." He said, "No, there's everything far from enjoyment. The man is so stingy. The money I saw, he's no more bringing the money out. So I want you to help me to do something." Then the bishop said, "What do you want me to do?" She now used the language, "I want you to demarriage us." So what did you say we should do to the purchase? Okay.
On the menu today, we have a couple of stories that I'm sure you would really love to join us and talk about because they are serious touching points. Reps Chief of Army Staff in face-off over arms deal. That's the first on the menu, and it's called from the Daily Post. Also on the menu, El Rufai announces plan to lay off public servants in Kaduna. A Premium Times reported that. Number 3 on our menu today is Obaseki, Nigeria in financial trouble. FG printed 60 billion naira to share in March, and this is reported on the cable. And the finance minister reacts to Obaseki's claim that FG printed 60 billion naira, says Edo governor lied. This Day newspaper is the one reporting that, and calls for sack of finance minister Zainab Ahmed thickens as CBN admits printing money. Daily Post also reporting that, and let's look at what the Punch has to say. Police take over venue of Yoruba self-determination rally. And last but not least, which is item number 7, why Northern PDP governors worked against Jonathan in 2015. Ex-governor Aliyu is the one speaking there.
Looking at what happened in that very, very sober village, that community called Chibok, on 14th April 2014. And Periscope will uncover an answer for the question: will life of Chibok return to normal again? So for that reason, we try to move fast in all this. First, Reps Chief of Army Staff in face-off over arms deal. It happened last week Monday at the National Assembly. This is a committee of the National Assembly that is looking into the purchase of arms to prosecute this war. Now, the committee had earlier written to the Chief of Army Staff to come to defend the so-called purchases that were made. The money left. But what money is a means of exchange. What ought to return to the coffer where the money left should have been arms to fight the war. But the committee is of the view that no arm is being seen. Of course, nothing new. Major General Mungodu Baba Ghana Mungonu, the National Security Advisor to the President, had said the news services says they have not seen anything. They did not see anything. And he said that all the governors even did not see anything. That is, when I say anything, I mean the arms purchased. It is an indictment that those who told Nigeria that they purchased arms to fight the war did not pay the money, or if they paid the money, according to Major General Bangada Mugudu, let me quote him, he said, maybe they purchased these arms from America, maybe they are still on their way, but for now, that. And he even went further by saying the president will probe the matter, because that all the governors know that nothing was seen. So it was for this reason that that committee in the National Assembly from House of Representatives wrote to invite Godwin Emefiele who is the governor of CBN, because whatever purchase we want to do in Nigeria, the money, CBN will forward the money. And the chief of army staff to come out. The first 2 days given, both did not appear. That was on 22nd of March and 7th of April. They could not appear. So the chief of army staff, Atahiru now, Lieutenant General Atahiru, now appeared on that day, last week, Monday. But the way the questions were going, the man was not satisfactory with that. He asked them, you have a report with you, investigative report, and the report mentioned names. Why are you telling me that I should come and make explanation, or I should throw more light on the report which got to you before I was appointed as chief of army staff? This report got to you before I was appointed. Why would you want my comment on that investigative report? That is number one. The report came to you with names. Should it be that you have forgotten? The report mentioned names. The report mentions also person, mentions also person, mentions also person, including Tuko Bretai. Why must you therefore want me now to explain what you should have called these people to explain to you? If you are scared, if you are afraid of calling them, I will never say a word about that. And the committee, some members of the committee felt that he was rude to them. But the man stood his ground. Let us interrogate that. Is the committee trying to run away so that they will not call those mentioned in the report, that they can give account for this? Buratai and Ihejirika and Olonishaki and all those, they were mentioned as people that should hold responsible. The money that went out to purchase things, the money went, but the things purchased never arrived. So the man stood his ground. To me, the man just did exactly what he ought to do. Because this committee, this National Assembly, I keep saying it, I have no personal quarrel against any member of the National. This is not personal, as the mafia will say. It is only business. That's when the mafia kills evil, they will tell you, oh, we kill him. It's not personal, it's business. What I have is that this National Assembly have not showed enough ground of serving the interest of the Nigerian people that voted them and sent them there to represent them. They keep harassing, not harassing, they have a gameplay with those that were squandering our money. They call them, that is, if settlement is not quickly made behind. Don't ask me to come and prove this. If you ask me, I will have many evidences to show. So if you don't want to disgrace yourself, so don't ask me. I think what the chief of army staff did, he just did perfectly. Because at the end of the day, haven't we seen it? Investigating this billion.
But the House of Reps, Guru sir, they also had a little bit of a kink against the chief of army staff, because they wanted him to report under oath, but he was insisting that the report's executive summary was sufficed, and they felt that he was trying to avoid tainting the office of the chief of army staff.
The question is this: the report, the investigative report that was with the committee, where did it originate from?
Of course, it came from the office of the chief of army staff.
Was it written by Atahiru?
No.
Why can't they go and hold him and say, come? They should tell Nigerians what compromise, what parts of compromise they reach with those people that they could not call them. After all, they are no more in uniform. They are just ambassadors. Are there other immunity, like the president, the vice president, the governor, and the deputy governor of Nigeria, under Section 308 of the Nigeria Constitution, 1999 Constitution, as amended? Are they other out? So, haven't we seen similarities? When Nigeria Delta probe was going, didn't say, hey, it's okay, off the mic, it's okay. At the very moment that Akpabio told them that most of these contracts people are trying to prove, they belong to. Didn't you hear it? Or when Femi Agbajabiamila will die from a corner like Emmanuel Okala in those days when he was the goalkeeper to the Green Eagles, or what they call it.
Super Eagles.
Super Eagles. Was it Super from the one?
No, it's Super.
Was it okay? I that green on Super. Because Femi Agbajabiamila is the speaker. He's number 3 man on hierarchy of this country. Number 4. President, Vice President, President of the Senate, and the Speaker. But look at the drama he qualified to take an. Let us not go to that. He would dive into say, what's happening here? What's happening? Okay, let's go on. Let's go on break for 30 minutes. From the break, anything happening. So I like what this is my opinion. I like what the man did. Sir, can I move to another topic?
Yes.
Because the time is running again. El-Rufai announces plan to lay off public servants in Kaduna. Last week, the man made this statement. And he said, I was not elected to pay salaries. Now, more than that, he mentioned something. He said 90% of civil servants cannot be sitting. No, he said because he uses 98% of his allocation. He measured allocation from Abuja to pay salaries of civil servants. And the civil servants in his place, he put the number at 100,000. And the population of Kaduna is about 9 million. He now said, why would he use 98% of his allocation, monthly allocation from Abuja, to meet expectation of only 100,000? What happened to the remaining about 8.9 million people? Then when he said, I was not elected to pay salaries, it touched me wrongly. So what were you elected to do? Okay. But what we did not know, the Governor Forum, the Nigeria Governor Forum met. They were paving way now to say, we need more money that may not probably come through the allocation, probably to come directly from the security vote of the presidential security vote. Because immediately he said it. What happened? We've had about 4 governors now saying salary in their state go up 90-something. So it was an arrangement. It was like when they came to office May 29, 2015. The first person to shout that no money left to even pay salaries was Aminu Masari, the governor of Katsina State, home state of President Muhammadu Buhari. And as of the time that Aminu Masari said that, the outgone governor had paid full salary to May. Those were the facts on ground. But the incoming governor, lied and said, we've not. From that settlement, because it originated from the home state of Buhari, all the governors now came with the same language. This was the reason of bailout that the federal government gave to all the states in the federation, except Lagos State that did not receive it. All of them. Today, they don't want to pay the money back. And the next thing they are now saying is that, salary of our civil servant in my state go up 90-something. You talk of allocation from Abuja every month. What happened to internally generated revenue?
In many of the states, it's practically non-existent.
So you can see, Peter Rufai was asked to fly the kite, and now all the state governors are hearing it. And when evil God, Emefiele now reluctantly admitted that we printed this money, which is voodoo economics. Sad. But the present condition, financial condition we are now, is worse than 2015-20. But they started the printing. So we can now see when and others whose tenure that the Nigerian economy had gone into the boardroom of voodoo practice. There is a country that I know that they have voodoo as their national, don't you know?
I don't know.
Very close to you here. Sometimes I try to cross the border. So let me know. So because those people can be so brutal. If you come to that, they can be so brutal. Now, but you know that Cuba has Ifa as their na.
Oh, I do.
So is this one that you don't know? Okay, I will hold your hand and take you along very soon, so that because when you get there, you enjoy life.
I like my country. I love Nigeria.
Oh, I'm not saying no. If you go there, it's good. Every good thing there, you can now import them.
Okay.
Bring them here.
Excluding the voodoo.
Excluding the voodoo. I met a governor, a northern governor, one of the northern governors in Dubai. Burj, what do you call that service-type hotel?
Burj Al Arab.
Aha.
Or Burj Khalifa?
No, that Khalifa Arab, I did not say that. The guy was floating with 2 girls. And I happened to know the wives in the area. And I took a deeper look. None of those 2. Then I said, Your Excellency. He said, you must be African. I said, I'm not Africa. By calling Your Excellency, you should know I'm a Nigerian. And I introduced myself. And I gave his name. I congratulated him. The good things he's doing in his state. And there was nothing good there. Then I said, Your Excellency, but tell me the truth. In your state, if you are seen with these 2, would that not be offending Sharia law? He just tapped my back. He said, we can discuss that later. So they will go there. They will not bring the thing good there. When you go to this place, you can bring them back. Now, next week, Monday, I have the honor because he has acknowledged to me that I will be in the studio live. Federico Keshuku Ezaku. He's an economist. I think he was in the same school with Soludo and Kwanko to master degrees. An economist, is a lawyer. He's a development economist. So he is coming to discuss with us. I will fly over. Having finished with Erufai, I will fly over to which one again? Obaseki, Nigeria in financial trouble. Obaseki took a look. I tried to reach Obaseki over the weekend. I think the guy has decided he will not come to any studio. Neither should I call him to talk. But he made it clear to me that what he said was not for political noise making, but for economics. And for Nigerians to know where we are economically. And the first person to almost destroy his character was Madam Mommy Finance and all other ministry put together. The one who succeeded Adeosun, Kemi Adeosun. When Kemi Adeosun set up by the same governor that brought her to Nigeria, give her a president, first of all, and wanted to take something at the federal level. When Kemi Adeosun said, no, you cannot get this thing. It's the same person that set up. No, not to Kemi. When she was being told that, don't worry, work. Yeah, we'll get the clearance for you. They gave her a fake clearance certificate from National Youth Service Corps. It's the same person that did that. But that's not the issue now. The issue now is that Madam Finance Minister spoke categorically and made emphasis on the word that Godwin Obaseki, the executive governor of Edo State, lied. She used the word lied. At that point, I knew that Godwin couldn't have been playing pranks with those things. Because the truth of the matter is that Godwin is not a politician. Godwin, forget about it, that he's not a governor today. He is not the Nigeria type of politician. He will tell it to you. He started with SEC. I don't know the full meaning of SEC today.
Security Exchange Commission.
No. This is a private company.
Oh, okay.
That has to do with money. And he developed SEC to a point that a person he brought in, that let's run it together, was now trying to prove that without, you know what Godwin did? Godwin left everything in SEC and went to start another company entirely. I think it was the late Steve Jobs that did that when the Apple was a question. He left it entirely and went to start Afri-Invest. And look at the history of what Afri-Invest have been able to achieve in Nigeria. When Obasanjo was president, 1999 to 2007, Godwin Obaseki was the consultant to the debt management office. Godwin Obaseki was instrumental to the way that Obasanjo was able to bring Nigeria out of those debts. Paris Club, London District. Godwin Obaseki. So Godwin Obaseki, whenever he's dreaming, he dreams economic. If he's eating, he eats economy. If he's in the toilet, all he's doing about is the economy. So he couldn't have been one that would lied. And because I know him a little, I had something doing with him many years back. He's not the type that will just go and say what he did. He's not a politician of that type. No. He's not Babangida Ali type of politician. Or this type of politician who will pack dollar and say he was crooned. He's not. So, but thank God that Godwin Emefiele came and admitted we did it. He now added the killing version. It is not today we started it. We started it 2015/2016 because the economy was bad then. But today, he admitted it is even worse. So, with Papa, I'm right to call him Papa. I'm right to call him Papa. But not that he could be my father. He might as well just be my senior brother. Because he's in 70s. Muhammadu Buhari. Will he look into this matter and sack that woman, Oliver, who said that this man lied? Then a top government official, the man presiding over the Central Bank of Nigeria, said he wasn't lying, but must he do? He said he spoke of the printing as if it is a new language that fell from heaven. It's a common thing be done. When you print like that, it's you lend to the government, they pay back. Is that the way to run the economy? But he admitted that the man did not lie. That the one they shared upper week, that between 50 to 60 billion of it came. And that was when, after El-Rufai received that, before he said that, I cannot be using all my allocation to pay. I'm not elected to pay. So next week we are having Fred to come and discuss the details of this one.
Fred will be able to help us because there are circumstances where countries print money.
Yes.
Is this one of it?
That is why I decided to bring the experts. You know, when I sit here, I don't assume monopoly of knowledge of all. How many times have I said it here that I am not a lawyer? That does not mean that I will be able to quote which section of the Constitution, but I want to respect the professionals. I told you before, my own son, who is a lawyer, told me once that Daddy is out of respect to, otherwise you are a layman in this matter we are discussing now. And I kept my mouth shut. Don't forget, law is minor when you are going for your mass communication. And here is a boy. I gave birth to him, sent him to the picked the choice of the he looked at my eyes like this and said, Daddy, I'm just respecting you as my father. Otherwise the issue we are talking now is the legal issue. And you are a layman. I know my that's the same way that the late Alex Ekweme's son told him that made him to go and read the law. And as of the year he was to write his law exam at the Nigerian Bar School, he sat 3 seats away from the daughter. So the daughter was the last. But he got it. And of course, when the late Justice Ayo Erikefi told the late Professor Ayodele Awojobi, the youngest African to obtain DSc Mechanical Engineering at the age of 35. You still remember him? One of the most erudite scholars Africa ever produced because he was celebrated around the world. He came to give his analysis, first of all pick his PhD in mathematics before mechanical engineering. Then he came to Justice Ayo Erikefi panel investigating $2.8 billion that was said to be missing. And the origination of that news was the late Tai Sholani. And when Tai Sholani was cornered, he said he was in a public bus in Abeokuta when he heard it. So then Justice Ayerike, after everything, told Professor Ayodele Awojobi that, Prof, when you came in, I even authorized that shares should be given to you, because any person that failed to celebrate you is not a true Nigerian. Because at the age of 35, you pick your DSC in mechanical engineering, the first in Africa, and the whole world respects you. But it should be discussed here. They are technically law, and you are a layman. It was for that reason that Awojobi went to pick his form to start reading law in his own University of Lagos. But unfortunately, he could not finish before he died. So I'm bringing the economists to come and analyze the thing, how those things are being done. It is not that Godwin wouldn't know. Godwin, I'm talking of, there are two Godwin. Godwin Mayfield, Godwin Obaseki. It isn't that Godwin.
And there's also Godwin Atakiwebu.
No, the Godwin Atakiwebu here does not fall within their category.
I was just pulling like.
Okay, let's try to see.
I think we've amalgamated menu 4 and 5.
I think so. I don't think the only one is that even the police taking over the Yoruba thing. We can defy that. Northern PDP governor work against Jonathan. Why? Explained by ex-governor Ali. What Babangida Ali, Dr. Babangida Ali was just trying to do is to come out of that allegation that made his local government to suspend him from PDP. That he worked, the amount of money he gave to the opposition in 2015 had been released, 400 something million. That he worked against Jonathan. And I said it here, we don't need to go much. Even Jang, Plateau State Governor, that time, has said him to be one of the another governors to have worked against Jonathan, that please go and check your facts, that he couldn't. And I said it here, that Jang was somebody nominated by the government of Goodluck Jonathan to be elected as chairman of Nigeria Governors Forum to rival Amechi, and the president that was given the responsibility to coordinate the governor for the success of Jang was Aliyu Babangida. What did Aliyu Babangida do? He collected the money coordinating this, or maybe he used his own money, his state money, because election, he told those offices got money. And when the time of election came, he dropped his vote for Amechi against Yang. So this man, that is what he's saying. Why governors from northern states, northern states, did not go with Goodluck Jonathan? Why not? One, Goodluck Jonathan politically can be very, very naive. Goodluck Jonathan picked Bamanga Tuko as chairman. Then Bamanga Tuko happened to be a man who had made the success of his life. But he started talking to the governors as if the governors were errand boys. One of them that protested that you cannot just be talking to me like that was Wamako, the governor of Sokoto State. And the governor of Sokoto State disobeyed him. And the governor of Sokoto State led two other governors to come and meet Goodluck Jonathan. And told Goodluck Jonathan, sir, you have to make a choice between Bamanga Tuko or us. If you stick to Bamanga Tuko as the national chairman of the PDP, we will go away. And that was when the naivety of Goodluck Jonathan played out. He stuck to Bamanga Tuko. After 3 warnings, would it be somebody who really wants to lose the election that will allow 5 city governors from the northern part of Nigeria to walk away on him at the time of election? That's what they did. They organized themselves and they went away. Then the new PDP was formed, and then every other thing has become history. So it is not what Babangida Ali was saying. That is all right. Now, I think having said this, let me step down to Periscope. How much can we do today anymore? How much do you think?
We are looking at the 70th anniversary of the Chibok girls.
In April 2014, that April 14, 2014 to April 14, 2021 made it exactly 7 years that the first ever raid into girls' school, into children's school, and abduction of such massive taken away in the whole of West Africa. I don't know of Africa. Historically, I'm going again. In the whole of Africa,
West Africa, you said.
West Africa, sorry, was that Chibok girls. And now, how many of them? They were many that day, going to 200 or something. I don't think they were up to 300. But as we talk, more than 100 of those girls still remain in captivity. Maybe some are dead, or maybe some are happily married, or maybe some of them are even not grandmothers now. We don't know. But the fact remains that 276 were kidnapped that day. The circumstances that led it to the possibility of the invasion of Boko Haram insurgents to kidnap those girls is still very much great suspect. On that day, the governor then appeared in London, Channel 4 studio. By the grace of God, I was in London that day, and I was in Channel 4 studio. I remember the alcohol lady asking me a question. Sir, how could so number of girls abducted from your state by Boko Haram, and you are here in London? Which business would have been more important than that? He said he came because of a borehole water contract that is signed that to provide water for the people. The federal government then, led by Goodluck Jonathan did not see any reason to even rush to the place to see what was happening. There was an error in calculation, because at the end of the day, when calm came, it was discovered that most of those girls kidnapped were Christians. They were not Muslims. But in between, while the vehicle was taking them away, some of them hanged onto trees and they escaped. Some escaped after that. Of course, I must not fail to say the military aggressively, in storming some areas, were able to liberate some. But as we talk, more than 100 are still in captivity.
I think the last figure that was given was 112.
Okay. And as just recently as a few days ago, some of them surfaced. They escaped from Boko Haram. And there were some of them that they brought. They voluntarily returned because they believe life was sweeter there than
what their parents were offering them.
What the Nigerian system offer them.
Well, directly their parents were.
What the Nigerian system offer them. I use the word Nigerian system. And I must thank the Arise Television for doing a good job. For the first time, life in Chibok was brought to public view by Arise Television. The dormitory, 7 dormitory of what? That was burnt down to ashes that day, April 14th, 2014, remained as it was on that day as we talk. And in Chibok town, no life after 6 p.m. You can't move around. If you are a visitor there, you must leave the place before that time. Or you have to stay within the confines of military. The place has been fully militarized. Yet, there are still caution of Boko Haram into that community. So if the federal government that owned the school failed for 7 years to rebuild that school, as the federal government not succumb to the demand of Boko Haram that Western education is haram, meaning forbidden. If you get to the village, as shown by Arise, I did not go there. As shown by Arise. In fact, I made effort to see if I can bring the reporter that went there. But they are in Abuja. And I don't have the money to pay for how many of them. I forgot. I would have met you. You know, you would have just issued me a blank check which I would have made profit even out of it. So, this is the issue of Boko Haram. The question is this. When will the government bring security to them? After Chibok was Dachi. And military intelligence knew that Boko Haram were heading there, and this was submitted to the police and the army that were fighting on ground. They did not use it. Which means we have some elements within ourselves, sabotaging ourselves. Shall I conclude by saying that I think Goodluck Jonathan might have been right when he said Boko Haram was in the villa, Boko Haram was in his government, Boko Haram was in this. And with the cartation, shall I call it cartation? Okay, no. Narrations that the recently retired services were making at the National Assembly so they could quickly confirm the ambassadorial posting. Evidences became there that when they told us that Boko Haram had been technically defeated, they were telling us lies. Part of it is this arms purchase, which they could not give account of. How many billions? When I talk of billions of arms purchase, I'm not talking billions in naira, please. Listen and get me right. I'm talking billions in dollar that Nigeria had released to these people, and they will not buy us anything, and nobody will take. Nobody. Hey, I think there's a portion of the Bible that inability to bring punishment on the something that the heart of man is fully made to keep on committing atrocities. Because these people will just come, they will steal the money, they will walk away, nobody will talk to them. Instead, they'll be giving ambassadorial posting and something like that. I don't know. The history of Boko Haram, Chibok, has not changed. If there's any change at all, it has changed for the worse. Because there is no freedom. Then look at the narration. The personal dramatists did not have any of their children taken away. The principal of the school then said she was in Maiduguri because she was diabetic and she had gone there for treatment. And that the daughter called her from her house in the school that guns were booming, and that they are hearing something about, I think because of the daughter run away. But the gate to the school was locked by some teachers that night. And those teachers escaped. And how this not supposed to be investigated and people brought to justice? They locked the gate because they told the girls, go back and just sleep. Lie down. They locked the gate against, and they escaped.
So they didn't open the gate for the girls to run out of the compound?
They did not. Nobody prompted them, run, no, you can escape. Go and scale the fence. No. But the teachers that told them to remain, how many teachers were taken? No. They told them to be there, and there are a lot of atrocities. And it tells you about total sabotage. That some people agree with some people before the coming was made. And when the coming came to come, I'm going...
The Bring Back Our Girls movement said 20 of the parents had sadly passed away.
Yes.
Waiting for their children.
Yes. Children that may never come again. They sadly passed. They died.
Garba in the usual fashion said the presidency was still...
No, the president told me that the Chibok girls are in their heart. They will be saying this until 28th of May 2023. Then on 29 they hand over. Then Garba will now carry all his weight to go and enjoy.
There may be though, Guru, some technicality just sporadically going into the area where these girls are being held and releasing bombs, and because collateral damage may ensue.
I don't know. I'm not in the military. I can organize for you to meet about. I can bring 10 retired military officers. 2 of them are lieutenant general.
I'm just trying to think.
No, I can organize it now in our private so that you discuss with them.
So maybe
those things that needed to have been done. Look, not being able to get the guests back immediately. I am not saying that it is full responsibility of Muhammadu Buhari. No, Goodluck Jonathan did not even play a role than the wife sitting in judgment in Abuja. God, oh, there is God, oh, there is God, oh. So let you waka come. All those demonstrations. Ah, my time is running. Adu, let me organize this thing. You will have a fun. But you are not meeting in Lagos. There must be one remote village. I will organize it. Two of them are Lieutenant General. Yeah, my friend. They will tell you what was done and what ought to be done that was not done. And 7 years after, would you get the complete anymore? When some of them are preparing for grandmother's lifestyle. Ah, what is it that I have not said now?
I think we should let.
And I don't have the time to see all this footage.
We're still going to go to the knowledge drop box later.
We're going to the knowledge drop box. Again, as usual, I will drop the whole detail analysis, figure by figure, up to just how many, 2 of them or 3 of them, about a month ago, that just surfaced, which is good news. But for those 20 that died because of their children, can we restore the life back? It's gone. Or because somebody or some people are feeding fat on this. I think I join my faith with Mrs. Patience Goodluck Jonathan. There is God, oh, there is God, oh, there is God, oh. Adu, can you open this?
Of course, there is God. Numbers to call 0809 234 5913. That's one of the numbers you can call us on. 0809 234 5913. You can also call 0809. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you today?
I'm fine. My name is Lolo.
Your name is what, please?
Lolo.
Alright, Lolo Ashayo, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a situation. I agree with Google. Good morning, sir.
Morning, my brother. How are you?
Fine.
Okay.
The only sad situation about the Chibok girls, the government are really not doing anything about it. And it's a really sad situation. We are not even secure in this country. We don't even know what to expect from the government. The government are not ready to provide anything. And even to date, we are still hearing of kidnapping here and there. People are not even willing to travel. It's a really sad situation. I just pray that God will give the families of those who have lost their loved ones the fortitude to bear the loss.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. You are doing a nice job.
God bless you. God bless you. Before you pick the next call, Radu,
Yes.
are you already on the next call?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Let me, before I forget it, let me announce it here that by the grace of God, on May 24th, 2021, that is the 3rd Monday of May, we shall be having in this studio live the executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdul Rashid Bawa. He has agreed and he promised me, and it's a young man that keeps his promises, that he will be with us and we will be receiving him. He will be sitting here to talk to us on that day. Please put it in mind, May 24th, 2021. Go ahead.
Just to also shed some light on this kidnap issue, I saw a report from the BBC about this whole kidnap issue, that between December and now we've had almost 600 students.
Yes, I have all the details of all those on here. It's just time will fail us.
So 600 in
yes.
How many months?
And don't forget that most schools in Northwest, not up to North Central, have decided to put their schools under lock and key.
Lock and key.
Why? Would that not be promoting what Boko Haram said, that Western education
is haram?
Is haram.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. What's your name?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to contribute to the district.
Go ahead, please. 1 minute.
Was a problem for the whole country. That means all the money we are making from oil, because all the statistics, they are using that allocation to pay salary. So that means all the money we are making from oil, from tax, from everything, goes to just a very few percentage. Then number two, I want to ask Godwin Obasa, all those printed money that they have been collecting for the past 4 years, how have they been able to use it to develop the economy of the state so that we not depend on Abuja? Thank you.
God bless you. I hope Godwin is hearing now.
Yeah, please turn off your radio. Well, to his credit, Edo State is among the top 10 richest states in the country.
Oh, of
Well,
course.
it may not be only his doing, but at least as of now, even
There are a few things that is. I'm not here to because I've earlier said that I knew him many years ago. So let's go with
hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Tatu. I'm Mr. Guru. How are you?
I am great, sir. Good morning, sir. Please, 1 minute is your allocated time.
Okay, my name is Thomas from Sebulu.
Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Tatu was asking a question, or whether I was making a comment that maybe why the military cannot go and bomb where they keep children so that there will not be colossal damage. Mr. Tatu, with all the revelations that we are having today, do you think that the military, under instruction of some superior authorities, will go to Sambisa Forest to bomb where the beloved children are? When you look at the scenario, does it not look to you as if some people connive and package these girls and handed them over to these people as wives and girlfriends? Does it not look that way? Then you want them to go and bomb their beloved children? So what I'm hearing by the Mr. Pantami, the service people refuse to buy arms that they are supposed to. For me, all these things, there is no insurgency. It's a business that they use human blood, soldiers and civilians, to make money. And God will ask them. They will answer God as they refuse to answer us.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Calling from Agbado.
Who?
Good morning, Mr. Guru.
I salute you, sir, but we did not hear your name
I think
properly.
he said Isaac.
Yeah, the issue on
Your name
the
is it
issue on
Isaac?
ground concerning the Shubot girl, sir.
Yes, sir.
I thank God that when it happened, I was working in my degree. I'm an electrical engineer.
Okay.
And just 2 weeks, I worked in that, my documents are in my hand.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I noticed about the issue of these Shubot girls and all these kidnappers, the northern leaders, I can say, the northern leaders, most of them, they are the one that they are making fast for me. That is against the that to remove the hate Jericho. If the hate Jericho was there, they could go to the root of that matter. Politics and tribal, because that's what they are feeding from. It's only they have affected the whole nation. If not, they should leave them to their fate. They are the ones feeding from me. All of them in National Rock and all of them. That's why Jonathan said they are in National Rock, and definitely they were there also.
But I'm not too sure that Ihe Jirika did much, because Ihe Jirika was not the chief of army staff then. Minima was chief of the army staff. Ihe Jirika was chief of defense staff. And he was part and parcel. He was the commander general of all the service chiefs. Let me not go into that. As of the time that the father died, and we went for the burial, I think that was 2014. I was personally there in the burial. Okay, please, let's hear from others, not any comment from the guru anymore.
Adegboyega on Twitter says the lawmakers are only playing to the gallery on the $1 billion arms probes. They want to be seen as being active, especially the camera. Their intentions aren't genuine. They know those involved. They know those to call up. They are as well culpable. Is it that there's no internally generated revenue from Kaduna State? Why is he the governor if he only depends on Aso Rock feeding bottle allocation? These are the people that bring down GEG government with their satanic economy analysis in 2015. This isn't the first time we're hearing of or heard of money printed. Money were printed and looted during the reign of Abacha. In fact, it's a norm by the military heads of states to print money and be looted. We are who we are, a corrupt nation.
That's Boyega.
Yes.
Adegboyega, thank you. But let me place it on record. The total money that had gone for this purchase of arms is more than $1 billion. The $1 billion is being flattered because that was the money arbitrarily taken from the ecological fund, which was approved by the governors, which was an illegality because budgetary and everything, that allocation, approval, assessing of budget is supposed to be the work of the National Assembly. So, but beyond that 1 billion taken from the ecological fund, there are many billions
prior to that 1 billion.
Prior and after. I don't want to mention that had gone into this. Is it? It is a national play. I'm not talking of beans. I do. We are talking of Wadodo, what the Warri boys call Wadodo.
I thought, how would you know? I know the youth leader.
That's it. That's why I'm talking to you.
Okay. Who's this one? Okay, this person says program hasn't started this morning. Okay, Abuchi, thank you for that. Apologies. We have friends from Sports Zone to thank for encroaching into our time. Olawale says on WhatsApp, says, "Good day, sirs. You said the British amalgamation of the North and the South in Nigeria, so simply because the North was being run on deficits, was anything different from then until now, where the South was being milked to preserve the North? Penny wise, pound foolish."
Thank you.
That's Olawale. Oh, by the way, Sadiq's birthday was a couple of days ago.
My Sadiq?
Yes.
Your Sadiq?
Yes.
Okay, Sadiq, happy birthday. You know, okay, happy birthday.
This is from Pantami. No, sorry.
The minister.
Sorry, his name is Badmos. Apologies. Says, "Morning, Pantami is still giving Nigerians sleepless nights, even especially with this terrorism saga. He says, I smell a rat with him."
But the man has amended his narration. Maybe we should forgive him. If we don't forgive him, what do? Will Buhari sack him? Buhari is not created to be that. He will not sack him. But the man had changed from my enemies after me. He is now moderating the narration that that was his opinion when he was much, much younger. That if it were to be now, he wouldn't have been as a student, this last Friday, he lectured them, he moderated.
But it's a common card play with politics. Remember the Prime Minister of Canada, also Trudeau, had a similar instance when he was younger.
Yes.
And it was brought up when
and the Canada story you brought now, okay, I will bring it up because we're supposed to learn from it.
So, where are we? Okay, what's up? This is from who now? Montala Jamu. It says, "Good morning, Guru." It says, "Your historical perspective today is great. Our leaders have deafening ears to the cry of the people and voices of reasonings like you. I am fed up. I should have come before. Any hopes in sight?" Okay.
Is he asking me?
Like, I should have come to the world before.
Now he came belatedly. Is he asking me of hope?
Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Hadu.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bigo.
I salute you.
My name is Emmanuel from Lagostalks.
All right, Emmanuel, go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
First time?
Yes, go ahead. Thank you.
Time is against you, but I will celebrate you. Hold it. Let me
Thank you,
celebrate.
sir.
Let me celebrate you. This is from Igondo. First time, we are welcome. That is minus 30 seconds out of 1 minute.
I always have my book with me whenever I'm listening to the book.
Okay, God bless you, sir.
Because it's really enlightening and I get news from him.
God
This
bless you.
country is really into extinction because the way we are set up, it seems our leaders are not even ready to help us to develop. We've got the bad set of leaders in the world. And I really wish that the time will come in this country will be secure. There will be no kidnapping. The economy will be well. What do we want to talk about? Is it the economy? Is it kidnapping?
You have 1 minute, don't forget.
And he has run out of time.
Yes.
Let's take some other calls. Hello? Hello?
Good morning.
Morning,
Yes,
please.
morning.
You have to police from a better.
Okay.
You have a minute, please.
Yeah, Bruno, you've been a nice job.
Thank you, sir.
This country, I see it as black and divide and rule. The things that are really going on, people in government, they are aware. But just like a group of people, it is really going to the bush to go and look for snail. So when they get to the bush, they divide themselves to different angles. Anybody that cuts snail, you will not tell everybody. And what I mean is, governors, ministers, wherever they are, every ministry they are being posted to, they go there, they just look it. Like, I forgot the one I had this morning, I think the bank were giving money for some travel building, up to 40 or 12 billion, the 80, you know. So a lot of things are just going on. No one is making the other. That is a big section that we find ourselves. Nobody is moderating. How can we go like every Monday, every Monday to Friday, I listen to this paper. When it's on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that just before to look for me. Every time I listen, where are we going? The young ones, when we are hearing this, where are we going to?
Okay.
All right, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
You've overshot your minute.
so let's just take one more tweet and one WhatsApp before we get to the Dropbox. Shore Summit says it is shameful how different organs of President Buhari's governments contradict one another. Telling lies is the hallmark of this government so far. The Federal Ministry of Finance and Zainab Ahmed, the minister, said CBN didn't print money. The central bank and Emefiele contradicted her, saying they printed money. Said government magic.
What are we supposed to do in face of such contradictions? The one that the box tops at his table ought to take decision. At least for the credit
Could
of...
it be that she was not aware of the printing?
No, whatever happened, she's the finance minister.
She's not the governor of the CBN.
That's good. Okojiwela was finance minister when she was coordinating minister of the economy. No, you have a minister in charge of finance who does not know you are printing money. Or maybe because it has been decreed that we must be silent about this one because this is not the regular way of going about it. Now that the contradiction had come to public, the one finance said, we don't, you lied. The one in CBN, the governor
like
said, it is true, but is this something that dropped from heaven? What is President Muhammad Buhari supposed to do? To tell the whole world that the box touches his table. Now, he will do nothing. And what does that translate to the whole world?
But Masari said today that the president is doing a good job and he's actually even tolerating rubbish. I saw you saw that news item.
I did not, and thank God I did not see it. So I don't want to discuss Aminu Masari. Because was that not the man who went to romance with bandits? They were around him with gun and everything. He came back regret. Was he not the first person to say that salary had not been paid for his stay for 6 months, whereas the salary was paid to me by his predecessor? Was he not the one who initiated the bailout fund, which they don't want to pay back again, which is now making them to say 90% of our sharing in Abuja is for salary, 90% is for salary. So where is the other percentage which you flamboyantly go around the world? Where are the dollars you count, you put in your pocket? Where are those buildings that are accounted to you? Because the EFCC will try their best, then the cost and co, the Nigerian system will collapse. I don't want to go into all this one.
Okay, coming up next is the knowledge Dropbox. Please stay tuned.
It's time for
You are welcome to Knowledge Dropbox. Before last week, when deliberately I suspended the Knowledge Dropbox because of the knowledge that we expected to hear from Hadiza Bala Usman, the managing director of the Nigeria Ports Authority, and of course, I want to believe we were very disappointed because she spoke and she parted brilliantly what she had. We were on League of Nations, which was created January 10, 1920, and ceased to be operational on April 20, 1946, which had its headquarters at Geneva. Geneva is there in Switzerland. Common language spoken then, French and English. Historical era, Ita period, intergovernmental organization. We were to continue with it last week. That is what we are going for today. What were the success and failures of League of Nations in the 1920s? Let's look at them. The success first. It stopped border disputes, turning into wars. In Silesia in 1921, he held a plebiscite and suggested a partition which stopped a war between Germany and Poland. It arbitrated between Sweden and Finland over the Åland Islands in 1921. Its investigation showed that the islands belonged to Finland. When the League rejected Turkey's claim to Mosul, a part of Iraq, a British mandate, Turkey agreed. We are still talking of the sources of the League of Nations. Finally, when Greece invaded Bulgaria in 1925, the League ordered Greece to withdraw, which it did. The highest point of the League's work was the Kellogg-Briand Pact of 1928, an act of League's Assembly supported by 65 nations, which outlawed war. The League also improved people's lives. It took 400,000 prisoners of war home. It set up refugee camps after the 1922 war between Turkey and Greece. The head committee worked against leprosy and malaria. The League closed down 4 Swiss companies which were selling drugs and attacked slave owners in Burma and Sierra Leone, setting free 200,000 slaves. Finally, its economic experts helped Austria 1922 and Hungary 1923. These are the sources. What about the failure? Okay. The League sometimes failed to enforce the Treaty of Versailles. In 1920, the Poles captured Vienna, the capital of Lithuania, and refused to withdraw when the League ordered it to. The League could do nothing. Part of its failure. And when in 1923, Lithuania seized Meme, a German port under League control, the League told Lithuania to leave, but the Conference of Ambassadors gave Meme to Lithuania. So they were overruled. Nothing the League could do. The League could not stop wars when powerful nations were involved. Turkey drove the Greeks out of Sema in 1922. All the League could do was agree. France invaded the Ruhr in 1923 when the Germans did not pay reparations. The League was not even consulted. Again in 1923, after an Italian general named Tennini was murdered in Greece, Italy occupied Corfu. Greece asked the League for help, which ordered Mussolini to leave, but the Conference of Ambassadors overruled the League and forced Greece to pay compensation to Italy. Other treaties such as the Washington Treaty 1921 and the Locarno Pact 1923 are a sign that nations did not think the League could stop wars. Let me take one more because I don't want to ban. There were other failures. The ILO, that is International Labour Organization, failed to persuade member countries to adopt a 48-hour week. A disarmament of conference in 1923 failed because Britain objected. It took until 1931 to arrange other conference, which was wrecked when Germany demanded equal armaments with Britain and France. So the League of Nations was successful in small ways in the 20s, stopping small wars and improving lives, but it could not defend the Treaty of Versailles. It failed to get disarmament, and it could not persuade powerful countries to stop fighting. What is Treaty of Versailles, which is very important? The Treaty of Versailles was the primary treaty produced by Paris Peace Conference at the end of World War I. It was signed on June 28, 1919 by the Allied and Associated Powers and by Germany in the Hall of